Hello and welcome students once again. We are into question number 8. You just saw how simple question this number 1 was. These are very simple question. You just need to understand the technique to solve these problems. These all problems fall under one simple type. And I taught you what is that simple type. You will notice that they all are of one simple type. See, in each one of these questions you notice you have sine inverse, either sine inverse or cos inverse. See, sine inverse, cos inverse, sine inverse, cos inverse, and here you notice cosec inverse, but don't worry, in one single step, this will also become sine inverse. Okay, because when we will write sine inverse, this will be written as the bracket will be changed to its reciprocal. So in all these type, what you notice that either you will have outside sine inverse or cos inverse. Then inside, what you notice that inside the numerator will have two terms. As you saw, I solved in the previous video, I solved first problem for you. So all the brackets will have two terms in the numerator. See, and these two terms in the numerator are, one term is of sine and the other term is of cos. See, sine and cos. This will go in numerator when you will write this as sine inverse of x. So every problem you notice that inside the bracket there are two terms in the numerator. One is of sine, the other is of cos. And then you noticed that there will be some coefficient of sine x and some coefficient of cos x. These coefficients of sine x and cos x, when you square and add, when the numbers which are multiplied to the sin x and cos x as coefficients, when you square and add, you will get the square of the denominator. What you will get, students? You will get the square of the denominator. And you will notice that sine and cos, they have same angle. They have same angle. Like here cos has got angle as root x, it is cos of root x, so here also it is sine of root x. Cos of 3x, so here also it is sine of 3x. Cos of e raised to x, so here it is sine of e raised to x. Sine of 2 raised to x, so here also it is cos of 2 raised to x. So the angles are same. What I will do is I will solve for you question number 6 because it looks different. Very simple problems these all are. So I start with, I write let y equals to cosec inverse of 10 over 6 sine 2 raised to x minus 8 cos 2 raised to x. Okay. The very next step it will be, therefore y equals to sine inverse of, what will happen, students? You will write, since you are writing cosec inverse to sine inverse, you will write the reciprocal of this bracket. So it will be, now numerator will become 6 sine 2 raised to x minus 8 cos 2 raised to x upon 10. Then as I told you, the next step will be I will split the denominator. So y equals to, do not ever try, never try to differentiate this directly. It will be very difficult, very lengthy, time consuming. Okay. So this is sine inverse of 6 upon 10 sine of 2 raised to x minus 8 upon 10 cos of 2 raised to x. I split the denominator, or you can say we are separately dividing both the terms of the numerator. Now what is next step, students? The next step is, as I told you, these three numbers 6, 8 and 10 being special numbers, they are the three sides of a perpendicular right angle triangle. They are three sides of a right angle triangle. What happens, if one ratio, see, you are getting two ratios here, you are getting 6 by 10 and 8 by 10. If you take any one of these as sine theta, the other will become cos theta, and vice versa. So if I take 6 upon 10 as sine theta, 8 upon 10 will be cos theta. And if I take this as cos theta, this will become sine theta. Now here, since I have outside sine inverse, what I will do is I will try to get the formula of sine inside. I want to get the formula, compound angle formula of sine inside. Now you know I want to get sine of a minus b or sine of a plus b inside. Now you know for sine formula you should have one sine and one cos. Now see here, 6 upon 10 multiplied to sine raised to 2x. So you know what I will do? I will take this as cos theta, because I want one sine and one cos. So if I take this as cos theta, this will become sine theta. So see, the next step I write here, let 6 upon 10 equals to cos theta. Okay, therefore 8 upon 10 will automatically become sine theta, and therefore I can write this as 1. Therefore equation 1 becomes, see what equation 1 will become. Equation 1 becomes y equals to sine inverse of, see, cos theta sine of 2 raised to x minus sine theta cos of 2 raised to x. Okay, let me write. You got this? So here what I do, let me just interchange. This is the factors, let me write in the order which will, as such, you can do it this way also, but I'm making it simpler. I'm writing one step which you may find that this step is redundant. If you find the step redundant, no worries, you can skip this step, but I am writing because I am teaching you. Okay, I'm teaching you, so I'm writing. You know what, I will write this first and this second, so that it will be in the form sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, like this. And same thing I'll do here, I will change the order. As you know, if you have factors a b, then a b is same as b a. So that's what I'm doing here. I want to write it in the formula form. So this is sine of 2 raised to x, sine of 2 raised to x cos theta minus cos of 2 raised to x into sine theta. Now check this, students, what is it? It is in the, look at this formula, look at this pattern. It is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So this is sine of a minus b. Okay, so y equals to, you get sine inverse of sine of a minus b. What is a? 2 raised to x. And what is theta? What is b? B is theta. So see, once again what you got? You got sine inverse of sine of 2 raised to x minus theta. If you have sine inverse of sine of some angle, finally you are left out with the angle. So the next step you get is y equals to, you get 2 raised to x minus theta. Now you can understand it is how simple it has become. Earlier what you had, if you had not simplified it, you would have to differentiate this, and after simplifying using small technique, you are now differentiating this. And what is theta? Theta I can write from here whatever I wish. I can write theta as sine inverse of 8 upon 10 or cos inverse of 6 by 10. So the next step I write, therefore y equals to 2 raised to x minus sine inverse of 8 upon 10. Sine inverse of 8 upon 10 I write for theta. And then I say differentiating with respect to x. I differentiate both sides, differentiating both sides with respect to x. So what you have d by dx of y equals to d by dx of 2 raised to x minus sine inverse of 8 upon 10. Okay, so the next step, it will be d by dx of 2 raised to x minus d by dx of this thing. And what is this thing, students? Do you see anywhere x in this? No, it is a constant function. Its derivative is 0. So the answer, next step you have is, the left hand side is dy by dx, and d by dx of 2 raised to x is 2 raised to x into log of 2. This is the answer. 2 raised to x into log 2. This is the answer. Okay, very simple questions. So I solved the first one and the last one. You can try these questions, try them all, and the one which you do not get, put it in the comment section. I shall get back to you and solve this problem for you. Very simple. Very, very, very simple. If you have cos inverse outside, then you should try to get the formula of cos inside. For that, what you will do, you know cos A minus B and cos A plus B formula. What is cos of A minus B formula? Cos of A minus B is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Sin A sin B. And if it is cos of A plus B, then here you will have minus. So what do we see here? That in order to get cos formula, we should have both cos and both sine. Unlike the sine formula. In sine formula, you had one sine and one cos. Since outside it was sine inverse, I deliberately wanted inside sine formula. That is what I did. Deliberately I tried to have one sine and one cos. So I put 6 by 10 as cos theta. But suppose if here I had this as, if I had this as cos inverse, if I had this as cos inverse instead of sine inverse, what I would have done, I would have wanted both sine and both cos. Then you know what I would have done, I would have taken this as sine theta, I would have taken 6 upon 10 as sine theta and this as cos theta. This is going to be very interesting, student. Very simple problems, you all must try. You can replay the video and watch this once again, learn it. Thank you.